DaVita Inc., the DVA. This is a kidney and dialysis service. This is the kind of healthcare stock that usually does pretty well in these kind of credit contraction cycles. So let's take a look. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing. Things just changed. So kind of wavy move up the bull market up to where we are. And where are we? Here. Okay, so here's what the S&P did. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and then like a little reversal guy. And this thing just went parabolic over the last couple of days. On this latest up move, this is one of the stocks that went nuts. And that's impressive. Yeah, so this is topping the charts as like a hot stock that just did a huge move up. And so let's take a look. I took a look at their balance sheet, and it's okay. Their cash to their current liabilities is like half, which is not great. And this is kind of how the healthcare stocks have been holding up in this crash. Is they're not long through the crash. They're down in general, and So I guess really it came down from what 80 to 65. So this down move in the general S&P was steeper than this bottom. Like this company has been pretty resistant to crashing, and then it was a decent move up on this up, but it's not going like 2x like an oil tanker or something, but it is going up pretty good on the ups. But it looks like that we're just turning over the end of this 5 wave and looking for a down move in the cycle, which you should expect to pull it down again. So this little parabolic top, I expect to come back down to normal area and then probably come down with the rest of the stock market here on the next move. So this is DaVita. And throughout this cycle, let's take a look at the healthcare thing, because this is a big thing that people like to go long on. And in a down cycle, in a crash, healthcare usually holds up, but it's not holding up as well as you might expect in this crash. It does make it back to its price from the beginning of the crash and higher. So I mean that is good as far as keeping its value up over the course of the crash. It got back up to its value here and above it, but it didn't go like 2x like the oil tankers or above its previous starting price like gold. Like some oil tankers and gold are up, actually up over the crash, and most of the medicals are down. So they're not really longs in the crash, and they're not really bouncing high enough for me to be interested in swing trading them, because they're going to come down. Can't hold them in a down move. And then when we get these up moves, this isn't enough of an up move to be that interesting. It's not something I would do like a call option or something like that on an up move, but it's something that you could hold during an up move. I think that these just it's pretty volatile. Yeah. I mean, it's volatile. It's volatile enough. I mean, it's almost kind of staying level and just going super volatile with the moves. So that is kind of an interesting, but it's only going between, yeah, it's not really making as big of a moves as this chart is making it look. It's more like this. It just didn't come down very far, and it didn't go up that high. And it's kind of flat, but it's a little bit down. So, yeah, I think this is pretty much uninteresting for the rest of the cycle. I mean, we have probably another month left, or month and a half, something like that, left in the cycle. And this should be down over the length of the cycle along this general trend line, and it'll probably do something like this down to the end of the cycle. In which case, at the end of the cycle, all the fundamentals switch, and healthcare is no longer a good long. once you get into a credit expansion phase. So it's not really a good long now, and it's not going to be a good long on the switch, and it's not volatile enough or moving enough to be interesting as a swing trade. So I think this is just kind of boring and not worth holding. It's going to looks like it'll do worse than cash from here out, and definitely don't want to hold anything that's going to do worse than cash. So that's DaVita, the super hypey stock of the day that had the crazy parabolic move. Very exciting stuff, and it looks like that parabolic move is about already reversed off as of right now. But who knows? It could make another parabolic move or something like that. It just looks like this thing's going to do the same thing that everything else does. And my cycle model is seeing a turn down. We're looking for a wave down, and this one's not going to be immune to that either. Although it is sort of immune to it because it didn't crash very far in the main part of the crash, and it shouldn't crash that hard here, but it still should be a down move. So that is the look. This is not investment advice. Please hit the like button and happy trading.